Yes, that's right. It's the semi-relevant movie quiz. The quiz where we try to stump each other with stupid questions that are kind of about 1984's Beverly Hills Cops. We've got 3 questions each, and whoever gets them.
And it's my turn to go first.
It is, and you will win a stack of 10,000 Deutschmarks in bearer bonds to spend how you please.
Are these old East German Deutschmarks?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck shilling that at the co-op. See what they come back with.
Right. So as usual, I think actually these questions are much more on the money, so to speak, than usual.
Find out.
We will. Now, this is Eddie Murphy's 6th highest grossing movie, right? With $316 million. Let me see if I can. I've got the list. I'm looking at the list, right? So this is $316 million. Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was the 8th highest grossing Eddie Murphy film.
I think I'm following you. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually want Eddie Murphy's top grossing film. And I've got some options for you. Was it Shrek?
Oh.
Shrek 2? Shrek 3? Or Shrek 4?
You know what? When you asked that, I was like, it's definitely Shrek. It's going to be Shrek, isn't it? Because it has to be Shrek, because this movie took over the world. And then you muddied the water.
I will say, all 4 of the Shrek movies appear in this top 10.
Sequentially, as in they're all in like the top 1 to 4, but not necessarily in the order they came out.
Yes, they are all in the top 1 to 4. Which one is the top grossing?
Right.
It's 4 Shrek movies and then the rest of the list. Do you want to hear the rest of the list while you work it out?
Yeah, go on.
The rest of the list after the Shrek movies is Coming to America with 350 million, Beverly Hills Cop with 316, Mulan with 304. This is an indictment on Eddie Murphy's film career, by the way.
It really, this is what I'm saying.
Beverly Hills Cop 2 with 300 million, Dr. Dolittle 294, and The Nutty Professor with 274.
Wow. Right, I'm going to say, and this is my logic, is that Shrek 1 was a massive hit, but because it's shitty kids movies, parents are like, I mean, actually Shrek 1's pretty fun, but they're like, oh, what are we going to do with the kids this weekend? Oh, there's that new Shrek movie. The kids liked that one before, and so they take their kids to the cinema to watch. My answer, Shrek 2.
Correct.
Yes.
Do you want the order? Order?
No, I'm going to guess the order. Shrek 2, Shrek 1, Shrek 3, Shrek 4.
No.
Shrek
1 did make loads of money, but it's Shrek 2, Shrek 3, Shrek 4, and then Shrek 1.
Holy fuck.
By a lot as well. By a lot. Shrek 2, 928 million. Nearly $1 billion.
Wow.
Right? Shrek 2, I don't like any of these movies really. I say Shrek 2 was the biggest one and probably the best one. Shrek the Third, 813 million, so 100 million drop off or so.
Jesus.
Shrek Forever After, which I believe is the 4th one, 752 million. Shrek, which was a runaway hit, 350 million.
Just shows you.
Well, the films were bigger as well. Like Shrek 2, it's got a bigger cast. It's more ambitious. It's building off that franchise thing.
It's all right. Shrek 1, I think, is pretty good, but Shrek 2 is okay. So there we go. Yeah. Right, next question.
So, John David Ashton. I hope you haven't read all these Wikipedia articles. John David Ashton, who played Taggart in this movie, right?
Okay.
I want to know, and I've got some options for you, how old he was when they filmed this movie. Right?
Because he's 80s. He's an 80s man, which means he could be anywhere between 28 and 51. And I honestly would believe any age in that range. What's my options?
Your options are: is he A, 36, B, 46, or C, 56?
Again, because of all the lead in the water, because of all the cars with their terrible exhaust emissions, all the smoking, all the drinking, the ozone's going to shit, it's just like our future, really. Well, I think that he is going to have to... I don't think he's 36. Oh, maybe he is.
That's our age, Sam. Nearly.
He's older than Rosewood, isn't he? He's like the more veteran.
Yeah.
I don't think 50 though. I'm going to go middle. I'm going to go 46.
Incorrect.
Oh.
I had to check. I double and triple check this because this guy's still alive, right?
Are you telling me he's fucking 36 in this movie?
This movie, they are talking about his retirement. This guy was 36 years old. He was born in 1948, and if you check my maths there, that means that when this movie came out, he was 36 years old. And in this movie...
I don't believe you. I can't believe that.
Is it this movie? In this movie, I think, they... Or it might be the second movie, where they make a joke about him looking like Gerald Ford. They make a joke about him being the retired president.
Which is not...
He's had a lot of work done. It must be the second one, because I don't remember seeing it in this movie. And in the second one, in the end of the second movie, he retires. The joke in this movie is that he eats a load of red meat.
Retire ridiculously early, but still.
No, it's what it is you are right. This guy had a hard paper round.
He's having steak dinners every night. He's having
steak dinners and whiskey every morning.
Pumped into his veins.
Washed down with 55 cigarettes before lunchtime.
Jesus. Before going for a walk and inhaling several tons of particulate from engines, just going for a walk in the park, he's just... Jesus.
Yes.
Right, third question.
So you're 1 for 2 so far, right? So Gilbert Hill plays Inspector Todd in this film, and he reprises this role in the second and third movies. Which of these facts about him is true? So I'm going to read you 3 facts. I want you to pick the one that's correct.
So one of them's correct, 2 of them are false.
Number 1, he was the mayor of Detroit in real life. I should say these are all in real life. Number 2, he really was an inspector in the Detroit Police Department.
Oh, nice.
Number 3, he once paid someone $125,000 to put out a hit on an FBI informant.
What? When you said the mayor, I was like, definitely he wasn't the mayor of Detroit. That can't be. But then when you compare it to the other two, he was... So let me just get... Mayor of Detroit, he was in the police, and the final one is that he paid... He hired a hitman to kill who?
An FBI informant.
An FBI informant. I think all 3 could be true. Combined.
They are not all 3. I will say this is not a trick question.
He was the mayor, and also at the same time he was in the police, and as part of that, because he was a dirty cop, he hired a hitman to kill an FBI informant. I don't even know where to fucking begin with this. I think I'm trying to decode. I'm trying to decode your what would you put in it? The FBI informant attempted assassination feels a stretch, but then maybe you've done that because that's what you found and went what, and that triggered you to then think of this question. I'm gonna discount the mayor one because I don't think he would become an actor. But then Detroit, no, I'm gonna do it right. So that means he's either in the police or he hired a hitman to kill someone. Was it before? No, you can't tell me that. He was in the police.
That is correct. However,
yes.
In 2001, he was the runner-up in the Detroit mayoral race.
Good for him.
He was an inspector in the Detroit Police Department. In fact, he was a serving officer at the time of this movie. He decided not to pursue acting, really, but he did appear in the 2 sequels to this movie. He actually retired in 1989 as a commander in the Detroit Police, which I believe is a quite senior role. That then led to his joining the Detroit City Council and becoming the chairman of the council. And then in 2001 he ran for mayor and narrowly lost, I believe. And also, allegedly, while he was a commander in the police, he attempted to pay someone $125,000 to put a hit out on an FBI informant to hide corruption in the Detroit Police Department. Allegedly. Read his Wikipedia article. It's a wild ride.
So what I said was I said that all 3 were true, and that is only just slightly wrong, because he was nearly mayor and he attempted to hire someone.
Allegedly.
Holy shit.
Allegedly. Well, basically, I went on the Wikipedia article because this guy's in all 3 of these films. His name is Gilbert Hill, and I was like, he's got a real that guy energy. You know, he feels like a meme. He's the shouty inspector. He's the shouty captain. So I was like, oh, and he's the Wikipedia guy. I was like, oh, he was in the police. That's really cool. That's interesting. I wonder if because so many police do, transition from being in the police to, being an actor. And I was like, no, he did these 3 movies and a couple of other things, and that was it. And he was like, I don't really want to do that. And then I was like, oh, that's interesting. Then he ran for mayor. Oh, that's really cool. I bet Sam will never guess. He'll never believe that. And then I was like, he allegedly tried to hire an assassin.
Wow. So the guy, Richard Wersch Jr., was like about an informant about the Detroit. God, he was an informant at age 14.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What?
So I think the idea was it was while he was a senior police officer, he allegedly tried to hire someone to kill this guy before this guy could basically out corruption in the Detroit Police Department, which plays into a whole propaganda thing, really. This guy's playing it in real life.
He's doing it in real life. Well, let's give some light applause for.
So 2 for 3 there, Sam. Not bad.
Hill.
I really wasn't sure about that third one. I thought about making the third, rather than the assassination thing, I thought about making it something more believable to try and trick you.
I can't be tricked, is what's happening here, Dave.
You were tricked by that second question, Sam.
Oh, well, fuck you. Anyway. So
I still don't quite believe it, really. I think we need to go back to the archives on that one. I think he needs to publish his passport, like Obama. I think he needs to prove to us what year he was born in.
Show us the birth certificate. It's ridiculous. So, question 1, and I've got 3 questions. I've got 2 points, which means you need to pull this out of the bag unless we draw like a boring game of soccer. Eddie Murphy. Question 1. Eddie Murphy is famous for playing multiple characters in films such as Coming to America, Norbit, and The Nutty Professor. But how many characters does he play in the 3 movies I just mentioned combined? So that's Coming to America, Norbit, and The Nutty Professor. Is it A, 7, B, 15, or C, 25? How many characters does he play in Coming to America, Norbit, and The Nutty Professor movies, both of them?
And The Nutty Professor, right? So
1 and 2.
I feel like in Norbit he's playing at least 7 characters just in Norbit. I think. In The Nutty Professor he plays 4 or 5 maybe, because he plays the. Would you meet the Clumps in the first one? I feel like in Coming to America he definitely plays himself, obviously the main character, and I think he plays a barber in Age Makeup, I think. So that's at least 2. Norbit, I think he really is playing like 7 or 8 characters in that. I think it's 15. It's got to be 15.
Dramatic pause while I find the button. Correct! 15. Now, you were right. And I'm just going to check my maths here because I'm doubting my ability to count. 4 plus 3 plus 8 is 15. So in Coming to America, he played 4 characters. Nutty Professor 1 and 2, I've combined them. He played 8 as roughly. And Norbit, he played only 3, but...
Well, really?
that was enough for you to get it correct. Well,
I think because the second Nutty Professor is Meet the Clumps, and I think he's playing all the family.
The whole family, and it combines, I think, some of the characters he played in the first one, which wasn't that many. So there we go. 8.
Let's never do those movies, please God.
I think Norbit would be really bad because that looks terrible. I've never seen it, but that looks terrible. So 1 point for you. Let's move to the second question. This film is another classic from Hollywood mega producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Which of the following films is not a Jerry Bruckheimer production? 2001's pretty racist, Black Hawk Down. 2002's Vin Diesel action trash fest Triple X. Don't Google that, listener. Or, seriously, because straight away.
What? You might end up watching a Vin Diesel film from 2004.
It's obscene. So, Black Hawk Down, Triple X, or Imaginary Movie Podcast, previous episode, and Nick Cage classic, Gone in 60 Seconds. Which one of these is not a Jerry Bruckheimer movie?
This is a tough one. Is Black Hawk Down is Christian Slater and it's not Travolta.
No, it's the one that's set in Mogadishu. Where the Black Hawk helicopter crashes in Somalia, and as the movie tells it, hordes of Somalians ascend like zombies onto these gallant Americans who gun them down.
I've never seen that.
It's I'm going to send you some clips because it's really the portrayal of the Somalians and the heroic Americans. It came out in December 2001, which I think probably you'll understand the vibe that they were.
Who's it star?
Yeah, Josh Hartnett.
God.
Eric Bana, Tom Sizemore, just killing loads and loads of people who don't look like them.
So the second one's Triple X. Is this pornography?
Have you ever seen it?
No.
He plays. I'm going to XXX movie. That's not good enough. That still sends you porn.
What do you have to Google?
I know.
Do you send me a secure link?
I thought Google would go, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Nope, straight top result. It stars Vin Diesel as Xander Cage. Get it? Triple X. The US government recruits extreme sports athlete Xander Cage to infiltrate a Russian criminal ring, which is plotting the destruction of the world. So I think this has to be a feature movie. I've seen this. We have to watch it.
This definitely sounds. It's not this because this sounds like a Bruckheimer flick. This sounds like a Bruckheimer film.
Okay. And the last option was
Gone in 60 Seconds. Nick Cage has got. We have seen Nick Cage because I know Bruckheimer did National Treasure, I think, which is also Nicolas Cage.
I believe so.
So I'm going to say, and I might regret this, I'm going to say Black Hawk Down, partly because I've never seen it and I thought it was a different movie starring Christian Slater and possibly John Travolta and a nuclear bomb. I'm going to find out what movie I'm talking about.
If we can get on streaming, we are so watching Triple X, which would be what was your final answer?
No, the Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. So that's a massive. No, that's not right. That was the wrong button. That's not correct. The answer is Triple X. Vin Diesel movie. It is indeed. And it is trash. It's total trash. And I think it's just one of those brilliant movies that's ever so slightly too shit for Jerry Bruckheimer. Because as much as I think Bruckheimer movies, they're not amazing, but there is still a certain quality level, which I think he manages to achieve. Black Hawk Down as well, Ridley Scott directed movie. It's really insane how that movie was made, but it's 2001. America's swinging wild, so it doesn't surprise me either.
Yeah. The film I was thinking of, by the way, was Broken Arrow.
also sounds shite. Who made that?
With
not Jerry Bruckheimer.
1996. It's John Travolta and Christian Slater, and it's directed by John Woo.
Well, there we go. Add it to the list. We'll get there one day. Next question. In the batshit insane Beverly Hills Cops, Beverly Hills Cop, you dickhead. In the batshit insane Beverly Hills Cop 3, Detective Rosewood has gained the title of DDOJSIOC. But what does that stand for?
Fuck off.
Is it the Deputy Director of Joint Special Interoperational Command, the Deputy Director of Judicial Security and International Oversight Certification, or the Director of Deep Oceanic Joint Security Initiatives and Operations Coordination?
Give me that second one again.
Second one is Deputy Director of Judicial Security and International Oversight Certification.
And what's the first one?
Deputy Director of Joint Special Interoperational Command. And the last
one. It's the first one.
And the last one is just for
completeness. I remember this because in the movie, he's basically like got a computer. That's his superpower. His job is he has a computer and he has this board with all of these lights and he is automated like traffic tickets and stuff, and he's basically in charge of like. The idea, I think, the joke is that his job is basically he's overcomplicated, he's overcomplicated controlling traffic lights to let ambulances through, basically, I think. But it's like this incredibly complex, and he's so proud of it. And Axel could not understand less what he's talking about. This is the film Taggart isn't in, by the way, because Taggart's retired at the grand old age of 39.
Yeah, he's died of ill. He's also, Rosewood has overcomplicated the whole thing with the title DDOJSIOC. Which are you going for? You going for A?
Definitely, it's not oceanic, and I don't think the second one made any like grammatical sense.
That's a big, and I'm gonna get the correct button this time. Ding! It is indeed the Deputy Director of Joint Special Interoperational Command.
Not that makes any more sense than any of the other things you said. It's just
no. And you know how I got these? I put them into ChatGPT, which is actually pretty good at doing this. If you give it a bunch of acronyms, it will give you loads and loads of options, and these are the funniest ones. So how many points did you get, Dave? I have no idea.
2.
You got 2. I got 2. And that means that it's a tie, does it?
It's a tie. However, if we will remember, I was ahead, technically.
I don't believe that.
I think the points stand as David, 6,728 points, and you've got 7. I believe.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
Is that how it works? Do we want a arbitrary tiebreaker?
If it could mean I'd lose, I don't have a tiebreaker.
How many minutes? How long was this movie? Don't look, don't Google it. And we have to guess. We both know roughly what it is. We have to guess to the minute. So I think you do a guess, I'll do a guess, and then I'll Google it.
I think it's 112 minutes.
112. I think it is 90 minutes, half an hour, is an hour and a half. I think 100 and...
Carry the noodle. It's 3 months later. Welcome to this week's episode of Sam trying to do basic maths.
Sam, I'm just trying to. I want to get it right. I want to get it right. It's 112. I think it's 105. I think this is 105 minutes long. Let's have a look. Go into Wikipedia, clicking the links. Oh my God. Will you believe, and I swear to my God that I did not Google this, it's 105 minutes long.
Stop the steal. This guy is fucking me right live on air.
I am not.
It's a triple X fucking on the Imaginary Movie Podcast when Sam has cheated.
I swear to God I didn't do that. 105 minutes. I've won the show, and there we go. Heavily applause.
That answer was somehow worth 6,312 points or whatever I said minus 7.
I'm the glorious winner. I have taken home the crown, and you're a loser, Dave. And I'm really sorry about that. Listen, don't feel bad about it. It's not something you need to internalize and write poetry about. But there we go. You're a massive loser. Well, we have, I think, kicked the arse out of this segment suitably enough to get us out of here. But I've really enjoyed watching this, and I look forward to watching the second one. And there is also a third movie as well. Which,
from recollection, on the record, I think the second one is shit, and the third one is also shit but fun.
Yeah, but I guess that's like the progression of sequels, isn't it? Really, second one. Although not apparently according to fucking Shrek, where they just keep getting more and more money. For goodness sake.
I can't believe that's the one you got wrong.
I just look forward to the third one and the needless George Lucas cameo.